What is going on, nation? Your good buddy Rockvar here with you live on VidBro Gaming Saturday afternoon, streaming some DC Universe Online. And man, yeah, sorry y'all, I just false started the stream and restarted it because I did my whole intro muted. I'm the king of it, but we got some big stuff happening in DC Universe Online. I am a little bit in shock right now. I don't know, I'm not even going to try and recreate the past broadcast because I can't. I was talking from the heart. Let me say this to you. This is some of the biggest news in DC Universe Online history, in my opinion. It's going to change gameplay in so many ways. Man, I really want to play this game right now. That's the effect it's having on me as a player and as someone who has been a little disgruntled with the game. I wouldn't say disgruntled, but, well, you know, I haven't been thrilled. That's been obvious to everyone, I think. But this is a game changer. This is something that is going to revitalize DC Universe Online. It really is. And that's the fact that we now have 2 loadout trays accessible in battle. I mean, it blows my mind that they did this. I had no idea. I was just searching DCUO on YouTube a few minutes ago. There's a bunch of videos up about there from yesterday, I think. Or maybe the day before. It's been a minute since I've logged in and played. But not only that, but there is now a White Lantern, apparently, augment ring that gives you White Lantern powers. So that's another thing. DC Universe Online has just been pumping out new abilities via these augments and other things, iconic powers, like such as the case with the Starfire ability. It's nuts, man. So we're going to log in. We're going to check out this new loadout tray and probably have to go to the test dummy with it a little bit. And we're going to play. I mean, it's going to be like playing a new game. It really is. Because having the ability to swap your loadouts seamlessly during gameplay, we'll see what this is all about. I think this is what we already talked about. 20% off most marketplace items. So when was this update? I only have 1 loadout tray right now. Is this something that's coming and I can't play with it yet because I'm not on test server? That's probably correct. I mean, I know I have the 2, tank and damage. This is going to give you 2 loadout trays that all you have to do is swap back and forth with your D-pad. Damn it, I thought it was live. I went and looked it up on YouTube and I'm like, people were showing it. I guess those people have special access to something that we don't have as Gen Pop. I'm Gen Pop now. I used to not be Gen Pop, but I joined Gen Pop again, and actually I'm fine being Gen Pop because the stress of having to try and tell people what's coming to the game it's a lot more than people know. You should applaud the YouTubers that are on top of that. That's stressful. But I personally thought that the damn thing was live. So for anybody joining who's looking forward to seeing it, unfortunately I'm not on test server, or if that's a thing anymore. I don't even know if they have the test server. Could swear I saw a video with someone who was just playing with it, but that must have been from DCUO or from a stream of someone who's special. Could have been the DCUO stream for all I know. In fact, I'm going to look up while I'm talking because and the other thing I would love to talk about is DCUO the best MMORPG now? I was actually going to pose that question before the two trays, but now that I heard that news, that's what it's all about. But, you know, before I was kind of sadly asking the question because is it? is this the tops? Because if not, what is? What is your favorite MMORPG? Yeah, Magus says he thinks the devs showing off what's coming. Dude, I totally thought it was live. I was just gonna start playing with it and freaking out because I'm like, oh, I have something to do now. No, now I still don't. So now it's still the same game. For how long? I'm looking it up to see when this launches. I really want to know. I could go back and watch a video, I guess, but they weren't really talking about when it was coming. They were just showing it and talking about the fact that it is what it is. Two trays. I mean, it's going to revamp everything. For, that kind of, it doesn't negate the stat clamp, but it makes it a little bit less hard to swallow, which actually, and they've got a pretty good tuning going on the stat clamp right now. I haven't gone into any missions where I felt completely underpowered or anything. So, it's doing all right, at least most of the missions that I've done on the omnibus. But I mean, this just imagine, you no longer have to have two armories, and you no longer have to deal with the armory cooldowns to swap from like range to melee, or from single target to, whatever the hell you call the other thing, multi-target. You've got a literal tray, and it's so what other game has that I can compare it to? Elder Scrolls Online has that, where you can, I'm pretty sure that's the game, if I'm thinking of it correctly, where you have two that you can swap between. Of course, cooldowns still are a thing, but not for the swapping, but just for the powers that you select. There's a couple of them that they even have multiple tiers that are visible at one time in some games, but they're not accessible always. Elder Scrolls Online, I'm pretty sure you can just flip back and forth, because I do it accidentally sometimes and get pissed. This is, I think, from what I saw from the clip, this is similar to that, only they're going to be visible. So I mean, you're literally going to be able to go range melee, like just jump back and forth, if you want to think about it like that, and say accomplish what you want from where you want. Mid-range, range. You can go back to having multiple things, and I did via Armory, but it's a pain in the butt. It's a pain in the butt to the freaking cooldown is ridiculous on the Armory. So now armories are styles. I mean, really, you still, so I guess, okay, no, because we're still talking about, you've got stats, and you've got gear, and you've got that to consider when you think about going from, say, DPS to tank or DPS to healer, or you know what I'm saying. So that's where armories will come in still, is when you have to go, all right, I'm going to be a healer now, or you're a tank and you want a DPS. That is still a line in the sand that can't be crossed without an armory. But as far as your actual role, now think about it for healers. I don't know what that means as a healer or what that, but I do, well, okay, so, that's all been done away with. Remember back in the day when we used to have spot healers versus healing over time? They used to be two different people. You used to have two different trolls, one for crowd control, one for giving power. You had one tank, I guess. Sometimes you had to have two tanks. But and then DPS were just DPS. That was when I loved the game. That was when I loved the game. The synergy of that was incredible because you had to work together as a team. You had your tank, you had your DPS that had a job to do. Your lower DPS needed to help with mechanics. Your top DPS needed to just do damage. Your your spot healer needed to keep on the spot heals, not mess with healing over time. You had someone doing healing over time. Same thing with power. Yeah, and they literally couldn't because they would cancel each other out. Remember that? I just thought that was so cool. It made you work to play the game. But, that's neither here nor there. That was a mechanical thing to me. And so now here we are. And I guess you'd have different back then you had different builds you had to stick with. But going from range to melee and changing with armories, that can get sticky. Because if you don't know how to time it up, and I don't, you always get stuck as one or the other at a certain spot. You're always going to be just kind of awkward. This is going to change all of that. I mean, literally, as you're running towards a target, you can change from range to melee. That is phenomenal. Or if, let's say, you're doing range damage and all of a sudden you've got ads all around you, you can use your melee. It just, the loadouts are going to be unparalleled to anything we've seen in DCUO. It's going to give people the ability to use their power trays in ways that we haven't thought about, because we haven't thought past this number. What is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got 6 I can use. So we really haven't thought past 6, and then how to combine that. And then you switch your armory. I mean, you can do that over time. So at least we've got that much. But now there's just a range of possibilities. There's a bunch of powers. And if you look at your loadouts, you may be the same, you may not. But for me, there's a bunch of powers that I haven't even used or cared about because they haven't been part of the quote unquote loadout of the week that was going to get me what I needed to get. But now I can try some things out that I haven't used, and I can come out with some combinations that I haven't used and just mess around. That's what I was planning on doing if this was live, is just messing around with it to find out what loadout I liked and what I thought was cool. I'm not ignoring the chat. I started going to type up to find out when this is going live. And I'm on my phone doing that. 2 trays. DCUO. Upcoming. It's on Daybreak Games right now. .com. Okay. No, that is the forums, and it's just somebody talking about it. When does this happen? Everybody's saying now because they're damn it, where is the website of DC Universe Online? I wish I was streaming on OBS right now so that I could take you there and show you this. I probably could on the PlayStation. That would be funny. I think you can. Just going to go to their damn website. News. I like the way that rallies happen now, too. Ah, have we talked about that? I just noticed it. The revive timer is gone. Once you're down, you just wait to be revived with no time limit. And rally effect temporary shielding. Players often find themselves eliminated almost immediately after standing up, making revives feel frustrating and ineffective. To improve survivability and make teamwork more rewarding, rallied players now receive a 3-second protective shield upon standing, along with a soda cooldown reset. Holy shit! I didn't realize that either. So now when you get rallied, your soda cola automatically resets for you. Holy shit. That's crazy. A clear visual effect will indicate when you're protected, helping both you and your teammates stay aware of the brief safety window. See, I didn't know about this. I just found it when we were playing. I think we were streaming. I don't remember. Might have just been me and Lida playing. But, that's crazy. It says chat accessibility while knocked out. Players using mouse and keyboard currently can't type in chat while downed, which makes it difficult to coordinate revives or discuss strategy during critical moments. To improve communication, you'll soon be able to use chat and view the combat log while knocked out, allowing you to stay connected with your team even when you're out of action. This update ensures that coordination and teamwork remain uninterrupted, helping your group stay organized and responsive throughout every encounter. Triggered effects on rally. Currently no buffs or effects trigger when a player rallies another, limiting both design creativity and opportunities to reward teamwork. New triggered effects will activate when a rally succeeds. Holy shit. Creating deeper synergy between allies and support-focused playstyles. Buffs and effects can apply to players performing the rally, the player being rallied, or even nearby enemies or other contextual targets, depending on the situation. Additionally, a new defense buff will be granted to players to the player performing the rally. Nice! This change lays out the groundwork for future systems such as artifacts, allies, or abilities that further celebrate and enhance cooperative gameplay. Now that is how you get people to play together. Seriously. This is some of the stuff that, I mean, this is all things that we've wanted in DCUO for a long time. What has changed over there? What's going on all of a sudden? That they're like, you know what? We're going to do everything people have been talking about. And more. Okay, so terminology fix. Rally versus flee. And this is from the 16th, so, I'm a minute late on it. But the current terminology can be confusing, as players who flee are taken to the rally point, where players who are rallied are not. To address this, the Death UI terminology will be updated for greater clarity. The knockout system update is a complete modernization of one of DCUO's oldest mechanics. By giving players more control, rewarding cooperation, and improving communication, this revamp will make every knockout and rally moment feel more dramatic, fair, and fun. Well, hell yeah, DCUO. Well, hell yeah. I mean, okay, I'm reading some other fixes here. I'm not just dead silent. I just want to see if it's even worth reading. Okay, so this is something else entirely. Well, man, they really didn't make it obvious on their website. Have they even announced it? Or am I just looking at some players who are special? You know what I'm talking about. Those special ones that get access to shit. I don't know what you call it. There's a group now. There's always been a group. You just didn't know that. Maybe you did. Now there's a public group again. There was a public group, then the group went non-public for a long, long time, and then now I'm pretty sure it's a public group again. I don't know. Because essentially they're streaming and showing YouTube content that you can't actually play yet. So I've seen a number of those videos. I just didn't see anybody give a date. So that's why I'm looking. If you know in the chat, hit me up. Let us know, because I don't know. I don't know if there was a stream from the devs and they announced it, or what. Because I can't find a date on when this is going live. Alright. I'm going to go back to the chat because I've neglected my boy. Megas, what up? You thought you said it was the dev showing off. I'm going to have to find the dev video because I can't. He says, now we can start working out loadouts for melee and range together. Yeah, exactly. That's going to be such a game changer as far as what we do. Playing the game kind of takes on a whole new meaning. And I'm going to continue to talk about why that is. He says celestial healers are going to be OP along with water healers. Well, thank God we have OP healers again. Because thank God that's a thing. I haven't been in with a lot of roles recently. When I omnibus, it kind of is a lot of times DPS. But imagine, now I don't have to decide whether I have Omega Beams or Entomb on my loadout tray. I can just have both and use which one I want depending on the situation. I don't have to decide whether I have Crystal Golem or don't and include another thing like Entomb. I don't have to sacrifice one power because it's kind of dumb right now on my loadout. For the kind of just for speed purposes, I have Unstoppable so that I can clip Tectonic Break and just clip out some of its animation, which isn't really even that necessary, but I do it anyway. But I'm doing it kind of stupidly because sure, this puts crushing effect on my targets, and crushed enemies take 10% additional damage when I use Jackhammer, so I'm going to use something for that. But this is also a supercharge generator, and I don't have a supercharge on my loadout because I don't have room for it if I'm using Omega Beams, which happens to be OP at the moment. So I need to use it. It's going to take that frustration of having to play in a box and completely get rid of it. I mean, it's crazy. So take that, couple that with the fact that they're dropping individual powers, in the form of augments and iconic abilities. They're giving us the ability to what do you call it, revive essentially without a timer and get all kinds of buffs while we're doing it so that we can rally ourselves. I mean, think about that. Just think about that. I was in a raid. This is how I learned it. I was in a raid and we kept dying. As long as there was like one person left who can block, and now they're going to get a defense buff while they're rallying, and I'm sure it's not like so much that you're invincible, but as long as there's one or two people left in that boss fight, you can rally the whole group and continue the fight and not have to just either wipe and start completely over or try to do it with like 4 people, or inevitably when it gets down to just the tank left and the tank can self-heal and they just keep going and going and going forever and you never really beat the boss that way, but it is a fun thing to watch sometimes. All that's unnecessary now because we can rally, and we can rally without a time limit. We get a defense buff when we're rallied. We get a soda cola reset. How cool is that? That just takes the fact that we're clamped, our stats are clamped, and kind of throws it out the window. Because it doesn't so much matter. Yeah, I may not be able to wipe the boss in 1 or 2 hits, but he can't necessarily wipe me either. And if I do get wiped, somebody can pick me up as long as y'all don't go down at the same time, which now that's going to be a thing again. You watch. That raid that I was in, that was one where we kept getting one shot. So now you got to think about that a little bit. When new content comes out, how do they make it difficult? How can they make, because there are going to be people that are going to be like, I know there will be, that are like, oh, now the noobs just don't have a challenge. We as, not myself, but they as elite players, so to speak, how do they get a challenge? I don't know. it is maybe some of this rallying stuff doesn't work in elite content. I have no idea, but you know that's going to be a thing. Is that I know there's going to be people saying that, like, now people who can't do things are going to get through content because they can just keep getting rallied, and it's going to become a full-time job rallying people, which it will. But I think it just adds a layer to the gameplay that we've needed, because there's been too many things that have just been almost, the one shots are a thing anyway. And at least if you get one shot and there's that one smart person that lives through it, they can rally people. Blocking. And you can get past it is a pain in the butt when people keep dying all the time, and like you're trying to get them by that time limit and you keep getting hit and knocked out of the way and you can't do it. That sucks, man. Everybody knows that. It's like sometimes you shouldn't even try. You're like, I look at rallying and I'm like, why do I even waste my time? Because the freaking moment I go to rally someone, that boss comes to me. It's almost like you automatically get aggro when you try to rally someone, because every time the boss is coming at me, I'm getting knocked around by something. You try and rally them 3 or 4 times and then you die yourself. That's frustrating and annoying and makes me not want to play the game. This new update completely fixes that. We're going to see, we're going to test that theory, but for all intents and purposes, this new update fixes all that. It takes it from being a completely frustrating situation to, and they're right, it makes it feel like teamwork, because I saw people like shouting in chat down, and I'm like, what the fuck? I wasn't in anything where you like get put in jail, so to speak. And so normally, that would be a thing. And that's super cool when it feels nice and rewarding when that happens. When it's like you get put in jail and then you shout jail in the chat and someone comes and gets you. That was going on with reviving. They were just saying down, down. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? And then I realized, because I fleed. I didn't know any better. I saw that my bar was all the way down because there's no bar countdown. And I just fleed. That happened twice. And then one time I didn't, and I noticed that it still said revive. And I'm like, what the fudge? So I just stayed. And then somebody revived me. And I'm like, holy shit. I'm not getting knocked out. This is insane. I'm drinking my coffee at the same time. My voice is hoarse. It's been cold out here a little bit, and now it's warm again, and it's probably going to mess with my sinuses. We're going to play, I promise. We're not just going to stand here, but I was just hoping that was going to be live already. Now I don't know when it goes live, and I'm pissed because I want to play with it. I want to play with it so bad. I gave up all my permissions for being on the inside, so I have no fucking idea what's going on. Nor do I have time, so it's not a thing, because, I just can't. I literally can't focus the effort towards it, and it's not fair to anyone to do that. But, like, dude, I'd love to know exactly when this launches, because I want to play with it right now. I want to test with it. I'm not even on test server. I don't even know if there is a test server anymore. I don't know. I do know that I gotta figure out what I gotta buy over here next for feats. Well, we need the Endless Winter Cow. We're gonna give that to our Batman tune because that is very much a Batman thing. And then I'm just going to buy the feet from myself. But seriously, let me know if you're tuning into the stream. Everything that we've been talking about included, because I didn't know about any of this until I literally started streaming. But present content included. Is this the best MMORPG? I haven't really asked that too much, because I was trying to actually get ideas of what games I could play. I was literally trying to get, what is, if there's something better than this, what is it? Because I'd like to check it out. And that news gets dropped. And I'm like, okay, so now there isn't. Because I've played Elder Scrolls Online. It's fun. It just doesn't have the feel of DCUO. It doesn't have the connectedness. I feel like I'm just alone in this giant world. The chat is weird to get to. It's not just up on the screen. The whole interface is kind of weird. It's kind of like I don't know, just disconnected. You can't access everything. I'm gonna either cough or sneeze or something. I guess I needed to do both. The whole entire interface is just awkward to get to. And you guys you've either played it or you've seen me play it, because I'm pretty sure I've streamed it. And I might stream it again. Now that I'm even talking about it, it makes me kind of want to play. But everything's just not as easy to get to as right here. All I got to do is press left on the D-pad. And I've got options for social, for chats, for league, the group that I'm in, all kinds of stuff. In order to get to that in Elder Scrolls Online, you have to press pause and go through a menu, and it's different. There is no pause in this game. There isn't in that one either, I think. No, but you still have to pull up an entire menu like this, for example, and then go somewhere else. Go to social, scroll down to something, hit it, scroll down to something. I mean, it's this whole thing just to get into a damn group. And then it's not real obvious what group you're in, that you're in a group, who you're in a group with, what you're all doing. The map isn't as good, in my opinion. There's just a lot with that game that makes it more of a solo game than what feels like a playing with other people. So there's that. You can see them on your map, but it's just not, communication is not easy. And the togetherness is not easy. And then, so I played that, been playing it. Then you've got I don't know if you could argue that GTA Online, I don't think you can argue that that's an MMO. No, I don't think you can. You can argue that it's an RPG for sure. But I don't know what. I guess it is an MMO. I don't know. I don't know if you can say that or not. I mean, you can play with friends and all that. But again, that one doesn't have any of the chat functions necessarily. It's the same kind of concept as Elder Scrolls Online. It feels like an online single player game. And we play it together. but we're all sitting in the living room together, so it's easy to communicate. If you weren't, I guess you would have to use Steam or something. I don't know. It's just not. It just again doesn't feel as connected. And then, obviously you can't. You can raise the skill of your character, but you can't determine what those skills necessarily are. I guess you do by doing it. So I guess you raise your shooting skills by shooting. I think, or at least you used to. But it just again, that game just feels like a kind of a free for all for killing each other. There's I don't see a lot of teamworking happening, and that also is hard. Like, so they have a couple of different ways that you can feel like you're in a league, so to speak. Now, Elder Scrolls Online, yes, there's a guild, and you can be in guilds, and that's kind of cool. As far as GTA Online goes, when you join an organization or a biker gang or whatever, that only lasts as long as you're logged in. The minute you log in, you're out of the group, and then you have to be re-invited. The leader has to recreate that group every freaking time you guys play. And that's annoying as shit. I mean, in my opinion, they should have made it so that you can have, if you're in a biker gang, the leader can log out and go about their life, and the rest of the biker gang minions can continue to be the biker gang. And when they log out, and log in the next day, they're still in the biker gang if they wish to be. And they can still contribute to the biker gang if they wish to. But that's not the way it is. We're a gang today to do some missions, and then tomorrow you got to re-recruit your gang. That sucks. I don't like it at all. That's why I haven't spent a whole lot of time playing it. And when I play GTA Online, at this point, I'm either going in there to raise hell and have fun. That's about the only reason, to be honest with you. I like to go in, get as high a star rating as I can, and then see if I can get out of it. And I'm actually pretty good at it. But that's kind of the only reason I play GTA. So you got that. I don't know if Destiny is an MMO. I guess it is. I don't play Destiny. I've tried so many times to get into it, and I just can't. It's not clear what the hell I'm doing when I start doing it. I end up just kind of roaming around shooting at things and getting killed. I don't know how to play with people. I don't normally see many people. I don't know how to play in groups. None of that. So I've never really gotten past the very initial stages of Destiny. So really, like, when I started trying to find other MMORPGs to tickle my fancy, the number one strike against them was they weren't in the DC universe. They weren't comic book, related. And then the other thing was everything else. Because DCUO, if you look, everything is just kind of in the perfect spot. And the last real thing that was keeping it from being just the tops is the speed of gameplay. Well, no, that's not what I mean. Not the speed of gameplay, but I guess the flow of gameplay. It just can be choppy, especially since we've been stuck for this many years with the same number of power options in our loadout tray, the same powers that do the same things. They've taken away the interactions that I used to like, but there are still some interactions. But that's it. The rallying, because, you know, getting endlessly wiped and having to start over and over and over again at the beginning of a boss fight sucks, or sucked. And then the slowness that came from having to, you know, have your builds be on armories, even though that was much faster than initially when we only had one build, and it was a great step. This just is going to revolutionize the game in such a way that I think even the news of it, people are going to flock to the game that have never played it before just to try it out, because it's a whole new layer. For those people that make videos about loadouts, now their job just got much more interesting, because they can, and more difficult, because they have to test a lot more variations of things. If you can flip back and forth, I mean, now just imagine the possibilities. I know there's probably people out there right now trying to work that out. Like, what are the best two tray loadouts? 2 tray loadouts in 2026, all the videos are going to be called. Yeah, they will. I'll bet if I go right now and search it, I'll bet I can find some. I want to count. Let's do this. I'm just going to type in YouTube 2 tray loadout DCUO. Let's see what comes up. Who's the first one? Me! Haha! That's hilarious. I am the first one that comes up because I'm streaming right now. And the title I've got is 2 loadout trays. Okay, then there's somebody else from 21 hours ago, so it's been news for a while. 2 loadout tray, that's the one that I was watching. That's the video, the first video I saw. So there's 1, 2, 3, fourth. The fourth one is my false start. That's 2 minutes and 26 seconds of dead air. I should delete that. I had 4 views. Shit, I lost count. You get the point, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7. Someone just called it new meta. So that's like 8. You get the point. That's going to be what all the YouTubers are talking about now. So far, I'm only seeing like a couple of different YouTubers. I'm not seeing DCUO having published it. I mean, they're showing it. They're showing the loadout. I don't see that video that he's showing. It must have been a live stream. Did DCUO do a live stream about this stuff? Should I watch it? They never put that shit on YouTube anymore, do they? Or is that just people I'm subscribed to? No. No, my ass still comes up tops because I'm streaming right now. I wish I could show you visual. Let me see if I can find it again. DCUO 2 loadout trays. Show me. Okay. Nope, that's still... Okay, this is at least a blog. Let's see if they say. I'm going to give... this is Lighthouse Media. At lighthouse.media, spelled L-I-T-E. Oh, it gives us information about Mick Light. Okay, where is the fucking story, Mick Light? Where'd it go? Is that just clickbait or what the hell? Where's the story about DC? Oh, it's a video. God damn it. Okay. Somebody was showing it on stream. But nothing official. Why is it just YouTubers talking about it? Where is the official DCUO announcement? I hate that. It's not on their website. There's nothing I can just read. It's a freaking video I gotta watch. And they weren't even talking about it. Oh yeah, info was just released during a live stream. Damn it. I gotta go watch the live stream. Is it on Twitch? Probably. I was just on Twitch too looking for DCUO stuff. The one thing that's... Twitch is weird now. What the hell? They had a holiday base tour stream. Only has 2,000 views. Oh my god. What the fudge? When did DCUO start having that low of views? Even on the videos for the live streams. One of these, the Extra Life 2025, has 604 views. What the hell? That is extremely low. So, I mean, I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm concerned. There's YouTubers that have bigger numbers than that. Fuck, I get bigger numbers on a short I made about a Halloween mask. But there's nothing on here about, unless they were doing it on the holiday base tour stream, which is weird, would be a weird thing to do. I'm gonna skim it and see what's happening. I know this is an extremely boring video to watch. This stream's more of a listening thing. I do now wish I had a camera going, because I would use it. In fact, I may go out and get a PlayStation camera. How much is a PlayStation camera? It was weird that they don't come with the PlayStation, isn't it? Didn't the PS4 come with a camera? Or am I wrong? I could have swore PS4s came with cameras. PS5s do not. That I'm aware of. Unless they did and I just discarded them because I don't use them. I don't know. But, yeah, I'm not streaming with OBS because my computer is not in a place where it can reach my PlayStation. And I can do that. Plus, I don't have OBS set up. I had to get a new hard drive. And when I put OBS back on... When I put OBS on my Alienware laptop, it's set up there. But, I mean, just getting all that out and having a mic hooked up to it, and it's kind of a pain in the ass just to stream and use OBS. I wish I had it right now so that I could go to the website and show you what I'm looking at. But, it's really not that cool. You know what I mean? It is cool to have that, but it's far cooler to be able to stream sitting in my recliner with a headset on. I had that phase where I streamed through OBS and used a microphone and all that, and, you know, tried to be a big time streamer. And it just wasn't worthwhile, to be honest with you, to do all that stuff. I got the same number of viewers either way. It's not like it made me more popular to have a camera and a bunch of shit. Okay. Now they're just going through base items, through base stuff. Who's even talking? Who fucking even talks over there? There's no maps.
Oh, I love that.
The twinkle lights.
Yeah, that's so pretty. Everyone says yes, we want more so far, and someone said, they said Superman, Batman.
Also, I don't think Starfire's dressed.
Nightwing.
She's dressed like me.
Who are these people?
Static.
Uh-oh. Who froze the Justice League?
Calculator.
Oh, we got some villains in here, too.
Why aren't they on camera?
Villains.
Oh, are they chilling?
They are. They are.
That voice
chilling.
sounds familiar.
Maybe Pengbot's hidden somewhere. 'Cause like I said, he likes to do that. Look at that. There's Arkham.
What?
Star Labs.
I'm still new.
Oh, I see a lot of
What?
familiar names in the
Is
chat.
that functional? Is that for something in the base?
It's Star Lab. It's a gingerbread
Oh, it's the
Star
same one that
Labs.
we saw earlier. Okay.
Yes, but just like rotated.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
It looks like something.
I have no idea who even took up for Meps' job after that. I don't hear his voice on the stream. I'm not interested in it as much. Where? Yeah, so I have no idea. Maybe they haven't loaded that yet. Maybe it was that. Maybe they did a stream and haven't loaded the after video. I do not know. I don't think it takes that much time, to be honest with you. For it to come up, but maybe it does. Maybe it does. I gotta talk to Hal Jordan anyway.
The power in Larfleeze's ring is the exact opposite of the true spirit of the holiday season.
We still got stuff to
Recover
do.
the stolen holiday goods.
I need the news, though. I need to know when. If anybody knows when, please tell me in the chat. When does the 2-tray thing go live? I really want this update to happen now. I know it's Friday, Saturday, so it's not going to. Is it going to happen like Tuesday? Man, it'd be cool to have that shit for Christmas. I really want it. I still got work to do on my range loadout, but this would give me the ability to do some other things other than ground pound, which it's actually for Earth. It's not going to change it that much. It's not going to, because, honestly, it'll give me the ability to have a supercharge ability to use along with the Omega Beam. So that add one extra thing that I want. But then think about the additional possibility. Oops, not journal. Because there's things that I want to use, such as where am I at? What if I wanted to use Totem? What if I wanted to throw out Totem and clip that into something just for the fuck of it? What if it's a seasonal and I'd like to have a pull? I can have that on the second one. Gemstone Shield. That's what I was going for. Shields. It's going to bring back shields for DPS. It's going to give us an ability if anybody's got any self-heals that doesn't use them because they're trying to have a DPS loadout. It's going to fix that. We're going to be completely well-rounded as DPS. And the same goes for healers. You know, how many times do they have to sacrifice a self-heal for something for the group? So our healers will be less squishy. Forgot to bring Crystal out. I mean, the list goes on and on. Let's just keep doing it. Brainstorm, people. Tell me in the chat. Tell me in the comments. This is revitalizing my love for DCUO. Now I just have to get a... No, I'm joking. I never do that. Now they just got to get my boy Maps back. Come on, damn it. Come on, guys. Tell me it was just a problem with fucking somebody else in leadership. And, that's been resolved and you can bring my boy Maps back. Tell me that. Just tell me. And then you've just made my entire fucking galaxy.
Those are mine.
Because now I'm hooked on the game again as soon as this shit happens. But you gotta hurry up. I'll put DCUO on my laptop. Yeah. That's what we're talking about. Shit. If I found out this was on test server already,
This is all for me.
and I could get access to it, which I don't even know how the hell you get access to test server now, I'd put that on the laptop and stream it. I imagine if it was, there would be people streaming it right now. There are not. So that's why it's kind of weird. It's a ghost town right now from some of the bigger streamers. I don't know what's going on. Maybe I just didn't look hard enough.
I have to have
but this is huge news. I know the YouTubers were on it, the few YouTubers that are left, and some that I didn't know existed that are now probably were big YouTubers on other games or something, I don't know. And they started playing DCUO because they had big followings to start with. It seemed like. Maybe I'm wrong about that. All I'm saying is there are, out of the folks that used to be the names when I was trying, it seems like there's a lot of fresh faces, which is cool because I like them. The gentleman that I was watching, and I'm gonna have to forget his name because I did, to get this news, was very good at streaming and giving news. I imagine if I listened to that video just a little bit longer, I would get the date, and I probably will. But if anybody who drops into the stream happens to know, throw it in the chat, please. Don't be afraid to chat. Don't be afraid to chat. This isn't a listen to me only in situation. You can definitely interact, and I will not bite you. Oh, I can return to Hal Jordan already. And my videos tend to get way more views after the stream. So if you're watching this after the stream and you get to this point, still throw it into the comments because I have no damn idea. And it's killing me. It's killing me. And also don't forget to sub. But do tell me when this drops. Where was I going? Oh yeah, I gotta go back to Hal Jordan. Well, we contemplate all of the reasons why this really jumps DCUO up a notch, especially in the world of MMOs and RPGs. Does it make them the best? Are we going to see that this year? Is DCUO going to make the list? Because every year there's a list of like top 10, and it's a bunch of games I've never heard of or played. Mostly they're PC games. I want to know, like, there's not a lot of MMOs on console, but there are some. I mean, this coupled with the new rally features.
It may not seem like much, but you've taken greed down a notch and helped preserve the spirit of the season.
Wow! Nice outfit. It seems a little cold. Lady doll of the Magic Dragons. We're gonna test out the rally feature too. I thought maybe it was just because I was doing Omnibus and they were like gonna introduce that to us and say, hey, now that you're in this clamped, situation, you get to rally. And maybe new content wouldn't be that way, but it's gonna be all content.
Has locked himself behind a security.
And then the White Lantern power. I want to know. I want to play with that. What is that?
Give it a good whack, and you should be able to get inside.
And whack it.
Whoa! Check out that horde. There's the power rings trapped inside those emitters. They're fueling the shield surrounding him. Get in the mix and interrupt the flow of energy.
I'll take them.
Use those shielded constructs to disrupt the energy beams from each emitter. That will temporarily disable the shield that's protecting Larfleeze.
It's truth, man. I am going to be playing the shit out of this game. We may have to get the old mic setup back. I don't. I like this headset though. I like the way it sounds. Microphone's cool and everything, but it's almost more trouble than it's worth. It really is more trouble than it's worth, to be honest with you. Gotta EQ it. Gotta have freaking the VB banana thing or whatever, the fucking virtual console. You gotta be a damn technician to use OBS. There's always something wrong with it. There's always some glitchiness. There's always something fucking freezing up. Camera freezes up. Your video delays. You blah 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 blah. There's so many damn things to screw with to be a streamer like that. I'll just stick with streaming from my console. If I get a camera for this thing, the only thing is you just can't. If PlayStation could just add some function to like starting soon screens and stuff like that, I really don't know why they can't. And let you control it from a keyboard. Maybe the PlayStation 7 will do, or 6 will do that. Because that's the only thing it's really missing. It's got the ability to stream. I love the fact that it shows that, you know, on people's profile pages, like who's streaming a game that they like. I dig the shit out of that. The video quality is better when you're doing it that way because you're not running it through a capture card. It's going to Magus, my man.
The Green Lantern Corps can take it from here. Getting those rings out of Larfleeze's hands will make the holiday season safer for everyone.
The White Lantern power is going to be a chest mod thing that you have to rank up. Oh. Well, that kind of sucks. Because think about the fact... Oh, my video is way behind me. Holy crap. Think about the fact that you change chests like 14 times a day when you're leveling up things. You know what I mean? Like, what's going to happen when you have to break that chest down? Does that augment stick with it? And you got to get it again? I don't know. I guess I'll have to watch the video if it ever airs. Do you know when all this happens? When this launches, Magus? I don't know if the chat is in real time or if it's this far delayed. There we go. I had to catch up. My video just got behind. But, yeah. Alright, let's get the hell out of here. I did a lot of talking and not a lot of DPSing. I am leaving. As soon as I figure out where the door is. Alright. Last location it is. We're putting up our Christmas tree today. That's exciting. I might get it started before everybody gets going. I don't know. Feeling frisky. Feeling quite frisky. Yeah, but I'm dying to know when this shit launches, so, did they announce that? Or did they just say it's coming? Also, I like sitting in my recliner and playing. See, I used to have that set up where the computer was real close to the chair, and I was literally streaming from my recliner, but I could control the OBS real easily. That's not the case anymore. The computer's across the room, and we've got an actual gaming chair now, so I could sit over there and do it just fine. We've streamed that way. But, essentially, I gotta run cords all over creation to get my PS5 hooked up to it to stream, because the PS5 is close to my TV where I like to play it, because my kid takes over the PC, so I don't want to put it over there where I have to sit, you know, and not have it into my TV. So that is, I don't have the ideal stream set up for OBS unless I use the laptop, which is kind of more, you know, ideal to have it set wherever you want it, but then it's like set up every time you stream, tear down every time you're done streaming. So what the hell is the point of that if I'm just doing what I do, which is goof around? I'd love to have the flashy changing screens and all that shit. I'd love it if PlayStation would get that built in. I mean, I think it's kind of ridiculous that here we are and we're still using, it's either OBS or nothing. Like, OBS is just so finicky. So finicky. And hard to tell that you're doing something good. Like, I don't know. It's enough that having not used it as long as I have, it feels foreign to me. I'd probably just have to goof around with it, you know, but I don't have that set up. I've got, I don't have the mic stand. I don't have the mic out. I don't have the same settings in OBS because I'm starting over, so I gotta go watch some videos and get the correct settings and blah, blah, blah. Alright, my boy Mega said Multiverse did a video on the White Lantern stuff, but Hesse is the one that did something about the double tray. Alright, so I gotta go watch other YouTubers' stuff to find out. Okay. Well, I'll do that. I'm not going to do it on stream. I can't. But I'll have to watch it. I'm less interested in the White Lantern stuff. It's kind of cool, but, you know, I'm less interested in the White Lantern stuff. I just want to know when the tray becomes part of the game. I can't wait. That is exciting. It's just exciting news all the way around. Yeah. Let's go check out this 20% marketplace discount. That does not include bundles. Haha. Or maybe it does. Well, that's not. What, did they get rid of the booster bundle? Where was it? Where was the booster bundles? It's not under time capsules. Don't tell me they already took it off. Holy crap. Here I was all thinking about buying more booster bundles. That wasn't in the Imp Mart, was it? No. Oh, the Wonder Woman spin emote is on sale again. She better get... I'm gonna have to tell Lyda. 4,480? How much is that? Huh. $26.99. Darn, I was wanting a booster bundle. Get all your reinforced crap. Ooh, I could get a Seal of Preservation pack. That's not bad. I might actually do some of that. I thought they meant you could buy allies. Ah, you can some. I wouldn't mind having Superboy. But Superman has pretty good powers, so that's why I'm using him. Although, I haven't even looked. Can I rank him up? What do you mean, unlock ally? What does that mean? Nope. Can't rank anyone up yet. I mean, I could Harley, but I'm not using her. Unless I wanted to use her for a support ability. And I hate all this give and take. Look at his support ability for Warrior's Resolve. Increase might, defense, dominance, restoration, vitalization by 1%. You got me. And precision by 0.5%. Cool. But decrease power and regeneration, or decrease power regeneration in combat by 15%. That is not worth the buff, in my opinion. I'd rather have the power. My DPS will be a little, 1% lower, but 15% power regeneration? Holy crap. Why would I want to use that? I'll stick with what I got. Mega says, I was hoping they were going to put the memberships on sale again this year, but I guess not. Oh, that sucks. He says, I'm probably going to have to break down and spend the full amount. Yeah, that's what I did. Then I'm never going to get the deal that I had for like 11 years because I stopped subscribing. It was more than 11 years before I stopped subscribing. But I had that sweet deal, and then I unsubbed, and I'll never get that deal again. Lida lost the deal on a technicality. She had it, but the game, I don't know what the hell, her PlayStation didn't resubscribe her one time, and she had to resub and pay the full amount. What is in my mail? If I got that aura back, I'm going to be freaking pissed. I'm going to be pissed. Don't do it. Item sold, baby. Yeah. Lida also got into my money while I quit the game because I told her I didn't need it. So I gave a bunch of money to her to buy some stuff, so I'm re-earning my fortunes. Slowly but surely. I had like over 300 mil. And I was just like, why do I need it? I'm not playing anymore. In fact, I could probably play on my PC tune and get that going. Now you can use your ally favor to unlock allies that you have on other characters. That's cool. That is cool. That is super cool. In fact, speaking of other characters, I gotta jump back. So now, here's where we are again. I have to get on the seasonal because of the feats that I need to get. Somebody here between my tunes is going to
Hey, it's Oracle.
have to buy some
Season's
stuff.
Greetings and happy holidays. Unfortunately, this is a business call. The season of giving is being twisted in...
Oh, Hal's speechless for the first time ever. Let's go recover some goods. So this dude, let's see. Oh hell, I've got 45 with him already. I'll be able to buy that cow.
Hey, it's Oracle. Season's greetings and happy holidays. Unfortunately,
Didn't we already
this
do
is a
this?
business call. The season of giving is being twisted into the season of getting by the Orange Lantern Larfleeze and his...
I'm gonna make you do it again. See how many times can I make Oracle say the same thing.
Hey, it's Oracle. Season's
Hey.
greetings and happy holidays. Unfortunately...
Oop, I'm gonna warp again.
Hey, it's Oracle.
Hey.
Season's greetings and happy holidays. Unfortunately, this is a business call. The season of giving is being twisted into the season of getting by the Orange Lantern.
Now also
Larfleeze
think
and
about
his
this.
insatiable greed.
I'll be able to
Speak
have
with Hal,
iconic
he'll give you the
abilities.
details.
So I'll no longer have to choose between having the meta. I fucking hate that word. Between only because I'm old, alright? Don't get me wrong. It doesn't have the same use that it had for me. There's so many uses of the word meta,
Hooray! A holiday present!
but you know, I don't have to focus on having the OP loadout or whatever the loadout of the week is, which has been the loadout of the decade,
This is
so
my
because they
TV
haven't changed.
now.
But and being Superman and having Superman-like abilities. I don't have to choose between the two anymore. I can have both because I'll have two trays. Fuck yeah. The list goes on and on. It goes on and on and on. So that means a lot for iconic tunes. And now you can use your armories, still for your style changes. But for the most part, you won't have to worry about it for loadout changes. Unless you're talking the difference between tanking, using a support role, and DPSing. Then, of course, yeah, you're going to have it. But
You're my hero.
we don't know that will be permanent. Maybe that's where it's going next. To me, it would make more sense. No, because here's the thing with that, and what can make that difficult: stats. I mean, skill points.
Just what I wanted.
You have your skill points loaded in different things depending on what you're going to be doing. So that you're going to have an armory change. I don't know a way. I can't describe a way to make that change on the fly. But, I think that even Elder Scrolls Online may even have 3 trays. I'm not sure.
Those are mine.
I think 2 is sufficient for DCUO, considering the amount of powers we have. There's not enough options necessarily, I think, to have 3 trays. Unless you're talking about changing roles.
Is this for me?
Unless you're talking about changing roles. Then I can see how having more than 2 trays would be a thing. But 2 trays seems like enough. Seems like enough to me. Seems like enough to revitalize the game. Holy crap, I didn't realize it's almost 3:30. I gotta go and delete that past video. Oh shit, we did gain some subs since I started. Yeah. Delete. Okay. Yeah, we've gained some subs since I started. I don't know. I wish I had. That's another thing that I wish would do on PlayStation is the pop-up shits whenever you have, whenever you get a sub or something. PlayStation's really missing they could capitalize on that, the streaming software stuff, a lot more. Because it's just so much simpler. Why do you want to have to run your PlayStation through a capture card, degrade the video quality, the timing, and everything, audio slightly. I mean, everything gets degraded slightly when you run it through any device. And then have to be a freaking audio video technician to run OBS just to be able to stream, when all I have to do is click stream on my PlayStation and start talking. It's that simple. I don't know. Is it true that you have to use OBS to be a popular streamer? Are there any popular streamers that just use their PlayStation? I don't know. I used to be of the mind that I had to do something particular to be a popular streamer. And I found that to be completely false. I found that even when you have all the bells and whistles, it doesn't matter. You still have one viewer for like 2 years, which is great. I'm thankful for that one viewer. Magus, you're the man. But, and Shadow Dragon, and a few other people I like to shout out. I missed some chat here. Magus. The artifact swapping is the thing that kind of killed DC last year for him. Yeah, I could care less about artifacts, to be honest with you. Like, artifacts for me sounded cool. And I know you probably remember the rap song that I did. But, I mean, artifacts make sense in theory, but I still liked the way things were before, when you, wasn't an augment, you know. We would, well, I don't know if I like that better or not, because you would build up a piece of gear just to have to get a new piece of gear and then build it up again. So the game became all about building up your gear between getting new gear. Now we get new gear so fast that'd be very hard to do, because freaking if I go right now and check my daily rewards, I'm pretty sure I got a better piece of gear to put on today than I did yesterday. So I would be like, damn it, now I have to mod that and have to go out and make the mods. And the game was all about making the mods. And I did kind of enjoy that. Augments make more sense in theory. That is a line from my song. But I had banks full of complex materials. But the fact that it's gotten to the point where people swap them during gameplay and shit, like, come on, that's too much, in my opinion. If you care that much about your DPS, that you're willing to go through the trouble to do all that, or you have to go through the trouble to do all that just to keep up, that's just ridiculous to me. Sorry. Do I get anything yet? Yeah. That's just ridiculous to me. Though I gave up on... Oh, come on, seriously, one? Damn it. We gotta go do Larfleeze now for one. Winter seasonal. It's just a lot of things have gotten ridiculous for me. I had quit. I want to say almost a year didn't play, and tried to play other games, and I just got tired of not being in the DC world as far as comic books. So I logged in and I started playing just as my Superman tune for a while. I didn't even log in as Rockvar. I played my Superman tune only for probably like 3 or 4 months. Got him all leveled up, got his CR up, got to the point where I was doing good top damage, and was just having fun being a strong Superman. And then I can't remember what it was. I think it was a seasonal that made me log in as Rockbar again, the summer seasonal, because that is between the summer and Larfleeze. Those are my two favorites. I've literally, Lyda and I took vacation one year in DCUO. We literally took vacation and just did the summer seasonal and took our tunes, dressed them appropriately, and took them and just hung out on the beach in DCUO and had beach days. And we would get food and at home, and just party. And the game was just everything to us for a long time. That was before our son was born. And then now he loves it. And the reason I started subbing again was because he wanted a sub. So we got him a sub. Come down here, you son of a buck. Let me get at you. Lyda's gonna flip out when, I don't know if she will or not. She may not care. She doesn't use too many abilities. She mostly uses her weapon. She's a weapon tapper. But she does like the rally thing. The rally thing is cool.
What's mine is mine, and what's yours is mine. Mine, I tell you.
But I will probably do a test stream using OBS and my laptop to see what it's like. Like the video quality and stuff afterwards. Because they're both going to be using Wi-Fi and they're both going to be sitting close to each other. That's the problem. The Alienware, the Area 51 will do OBS perfectly on Wi-Fi. But when it comes to hooking it up to your, actually hard wiring, there is a program specific to Alienware that fucks with the LAN, or it fucks with OBS, so that when you're hooked up to LAN, for some reason there's a glitch and the video just freezes on OBS. And I'm like, how can this high quality of a laptop have this problem with OBS? Well, it's OBS's problem, apparently, because it's a program. I can remove it from the laptop, but I like it. It's a cool program. It's something that helps track the usage of the CPU and stuff and give you updates on the computer in real time. And that, for some reason, screws with OBS, and I'm imagining it's because OBS has a similar function. But, I don't want to have to mess with all that. Alright, let me go. Should have already gotten it. Yep, alright. Endless cow style. Endless winter cow style. This is gonna get me a feat. And I do love feeds. So let's go put it in our box, because we're going to give this to Batman. I don't need this style on a non-Batman tune. Ooh, this is for me. Where did it go? Ah. Dang, I got to collect some stuff. I don't know where I got all this crap. Probably doing low-level missions with the Bode. Superman didn't have a holiday sweater? What's up with that? Alright, let's go log in as Batman. I haven't done that. I haven't played as Batman in a while. Not gonna play as him, I'm just gonna... Where is he? Did I already pass him? Probably. Yeah. Hopefully. There we go. See, I should have probably given that material to Batman as well. But I'm not gonna. Holy crap, where am I? What the fudge? Why in the holy hell would Batman be here? He's not even like the right tier. That's some weird stuff. Ugh, I'm not good with acrobatics at all. I'm not good at being the Bat. Endless winter cow style. What? It's a 1 star? For 50 freaking... Oh my gosh. These guys were thinking way too much of their season. You gotta get 50 freaking berries or holly leaves or whatever in order to get a 1 star feat? Dude. Let's go see what it looks like on him. Endless winter. Oh, I guess E. Where is it? There we go. Oh, that's pretty cool. Man, my yellow is dark. It doesn't much look like a yellow. It's more of a brown. That's tight though. Ah, shit. I did hit save. Oops. Whoa, that's cool. I don't understand why it has to show the neck on the back. That is tight. Endless winter cow style. Yo, you can see my eyes through it, I think. Or is that just a reflection? That's just a reflection. It's pretty great detail, though. Have a glossy reflection on the lens like that? That is some serious detail. Was it is this modern? I guess this is modern. Very nice. Well, let me now go back to Rockvar and get the feet. Oh my. Can't believe we've almost been streaming for 2 hours. Oh, I gotta go. Do. Feats. There we go. Now what? I still got a ton of them to get. All 1 star. But they add up, right? They definitely do. So 2 trays come into the DC Universe Online. 2 ability trays. Able to swap during combat. I mean, all you have to do is press on the D-pad. I think that they said it was up to switch between them and use a different power. That is going to be super cool. I cannot wait. As I get more details to it, I'll talk about it. If I find out when it's launching, I'll talk about it on the next stream. But man, guys, this is tight. It's revitalizing my desire to play DC Universe Online. It's going to make me an addict again, at least until I get, because I'll spend hours and hours and hours at the dummy. It won't end up being anything good, don't worry. It's not going to be anything that you're going to want me to publish or say, hey, here's an OP loadout, because I will still suck. But it'll be fun. It'll be the whole discovery process of finding something new and doing it. So stay with us. And I don't know if I'll be streaming tomorrow. We had rain this week, so the grass got all wet. And so today is not the best day to mow. So today I have to run errands, and we're going to put up the Christmas tree. And I'm probably going to play some DCUO tonight and have some fun. But tomorrow afternoon, I most likely will be mowing. So I don't know if I'll stream first or if I'll just go do the mowing. Maybe I'll stream after. Not sure. I don't know what the streaming schedule is going to look like next week with Christmas. But I'm definitely hooked on wanting to test out this 2-tray system. I'm hyped about it. I'm hyped to log in and look over the powers and say, what exactly can I do with 2 trays with this loadout? I just switched back to Earth. Man, there's a lot of options with Rage that I would have liked to have used. But there's also a lot of things with Earth that are awesome. I would like to have a pull as a DPS. I would love, because when you're doing content where you need, like outdoor stuff, solo stuff, where you might need to keep the ads coming to you, it would be nice to have a pool as a DPS that you can easily access. It would be nice to be able to actually use your self heals and use your use your shields. It would be nice to maybe have a couple of different supercharge abilities to choose from in your tray. I mean, the possibilities are endless. It's going to be a hell of a lot of fun. I hope you guys join me for the ride. Please subscribe to VidBro Gaming for more updates as I get them. I will be updating you on this to the best of my ability, because I'm kind of out of the loop these days. But, if you're watching the stream after the fact, I hope you enjoyed it. And let me know. I would love to know in the comments, is DCUO the best MMORPG? If not, what do you think is the best MMORPG? And I'm really looking for something on console. If there's something that you think has better options, better group gameplay, better chat functions, if there is something like that has the ability, and I'm not talking like role-based, or not role-based, but I'm not talking like, turn-based play where you have to like click on the enemy and then, your character will do something. No, I'm talking about full RPG capabilities. Is DCUO the best out there? Will it make a list this year with this change that's being made right now, which I think is super, super game changing? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the comments. Be sure to give the video a like and share, and I will be back with more DCUO. But for now, it's your old buddy Rockvar saying, what am I saying? Bro on. And play on.